Hello, and welcome to the Only Game in Town podcast, episode 15, where we are coming off a very unpleasant loss yesterday. I know everyone's making the stupid jokes, I hate soccer anyways. I liked soccer for the last few weeks, and I'm upset it's over.
Jim, you used to love soccer, by the way.
We used to love soccer.
But it's funny, I forgot who it was. I was saying to my buddy, he was like, he knew every player on the Belgian team. Every player. He's like, I'm really into English soccer. I was like, you're not into English soccer. You play just too much FIFA.
That's what we were. That's the fans we were in college.
He's like, oh, he's a great player on Man City. That guy? The guy with 47 consonants in his name?
Mike, what do you got?
I don't know. It was a heck of a loss. That's for damn sure. It sucked because I was all hyped for the game, and like now there literally is nothing to watch sports wise until I don't know, maybe Hard Knocks comes on. I don't really know what comes next for us right here, guys.
Baseball.
I mean,
certainly isn't baseball.
Yeah, well, the Yankees are pathetic.
We'll get into.
And it's not even like I can enjoy watching the Pirates. They're playing some pretty competitive 500 baseball themselves. So.
Well, let me tell you, the Yankees.
It's July. Nothing matters right now.
It's getting closer to mattering.
I don't know if I'm mentally prepared for, 8.5 straight more weeks of web gems in the top 10 the entire time. It's just going to be terrible.
This is your least favorite time of year, and I think it's
the worst. It's the worst. It's going to be like, and what a home run in the bottom of the third. The Rockies on to top play number 4. It's like, oh, come on.
Can I tell you the most abysmal thing with sports? Having captains pick a home run derby. Dear God, is that what our world has come to?
If the National League...
Actually, the other day, they had on Troy Tulowitzki and Jose Bautista. Who are you going to pick in the home run derby? Look, they haven't been exciting since people were doing steroids.
Let's calm it down.
Let's not add a competitive spirit to it. Do you remember when they did International versus USA?
Sounds awful.
And then they made the mistake of making the All-Star game too important. Because whoever wins their World Series team gets home field advantage. That's ridiculous.
Oh, they're doing that this year. Is that what you're talking about? That's what they're doing this year.
They've done the last 4 years, right? 4 years?
Totally asinine way to figure out who gets home field advantage in the World Series.
What they should do is whoever hits the highest home run. Measured off. If an AL guy gets it, let's give it to the AL.
You're gonna see like David Ortiz or something like that waddle out with a syringe sticking out of his ass on the way to the plate. Gotta get this one. Bat Boy runs up and takes it. Like, oh man, what a moment for that little fan with cancer who won Bat Boy of the Day.
Oh God!
Take the syringe out of David Ortiz's butt right before he hits a dinger.
So that's what we're going with this podcast, huh? Cancer kids sticking syringes in David Ortiz's ass. All right.
He was removing it. He was removing it.
For a week, and that's where we're going with it.
Mike's setting the tone here.
Oh God, it's what I've had to do the past. It's been my job, I guess, the past couple of weeks. Really, just drive the quality of this as far down as I can.
Oh my God. So where do we stand now with soccer?
Well, I think Argentina is going to kill Belgium. I don't think the U.S. even had a chance if we even won that game.
No.
No.
I think Argentina may win the whole thing. You got Brazil versus Colombia. I assume Brazil. I mean, I don't know much about the Colombian national team.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that high on Germany anymore after that Algeria game. That was a bit of a head turner there. I mean, they didn't play well at all, and then they just netted 2 in extra time. And then actually Algeria netted 1 and almost got another one. But it was actually pretty reminiscent of our game against Belgium. So I don't know what to think about the Germans anymore. I guess I'm rooting for Costa Rica because why the hell not? Like, what a great story for Costa Rica. Go get them, guys. But to be truthful though, I don't know if I'm gonna watch another game.
Is Costa Rica facing the Dutch?
I believe they are.
And then Germany faces
Germany's playing France. Brazil's
France.
playing Colombia. Argentina is playing Belgium, and then it's Netherlands and Costa Rica. You're saying.
I'm rooting for Brazil, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I get the distinct feeling that if Brazil loses, they're just going to end the World Cup and kick everyone out. Just no winner. Just it's done. Get out of here. Everyone fuck off.
And honestly, now that you say that, I'm rooting for Brazil to lose just to watch that happen.
You just see like people go to bed and the next day all the stadiums are gone and replaced with the jungle is back up all of a sudden.
I'm just
the drug dealers are back to their normal drug dealing locations. We're supposed to play a semifinal game today. No, you're not.
Nope.
But I got an 8-ball for $250.
If that's something that you're interested in.
If that's something you're interested in.
I would just
have a couple of transvestites that really, really do look like women.
You won't find out until the last minute that is not what you're looking for. But
but they're tan all the same.
Nothing's gay with the lights off. Anyways,
oh my god.
Just feel around. You'll find a hole eventually.
Yeah, it'd be great to see the ref just blow final time, and then the cameras cut black, and then just like there's like a "we're sorry for the inconvenience" ESPN message go up, or they just cut right to SportsCenter and don't even talk about it.
It just goes right. It just goes right to Alexia Lawless like.
Whoops.
And then Mike Tirico immediately goes into Monday Night Football somehow, and it's like, Mike, come on, right back here. Welcome to Monday Night Football. Nope, we're in Brazil still, Mike.
John Gruden slides in a rolly chair from off the desk. Well, John, let me tell you what I think about this here striker.
I remember him when I had him in Tampa. What?
We called him the Eliminator. You want to know why we called him that? John, you coached football.
Are you sure that's not Martin Gramatica out there? No? No, his name's Neymar.
World Cup soccer got into John
Neymar.
Oh, that's Neymar.
That's Neymar. That's not Martin. Is that the other Gramatica? I know there's a lot of them.
I like that Neymar guy. He really makes sure he plays on both sides of the ball.
Now this guy, Lionel Messi, reminds me of a guy we had named Rich Gannon in Oakland. MVP of the league.
Tim Howard played his heart out there. I remember a time when Tim Howard and Tim Brown had coffee together.
Terrible.
Now, we were scouting this guy when he was coming out of the University of Arizona.
Okay, we gotta move on.
Johnny's from Algeria.
Jordan, Clay Anthony Early, Doug McDermott.
Where to start?
Now, the Bulls have been looking at Doug McDermott for a while at the University of Creighton. Now, we called him Lights Out. You want to know why? Because he can drive to the rim well.
What'd you call him?
Come on, man.
No, absolutely thrilled about Doug McDermott, though. Like that's exactly what we needed, and we got it. And we really didn't give anything up. It was just it was. There isn't much else to say. That it was just like exactly what we needed. We went out and we got it. Called it a day.
You got the two goofiest white guys in the draft.
Oh yeah,
I think the ceiling could be actually pushing them to another round of the playoffs.
I mean, just him alone, let alone what we do in free agency.
You're going to get someone exciting.
We actually met with Pau Gasol, I guess, today in Los Angeles. Our people did.
That dude is meeting everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, why not if you're him? And obviously, why not if you're us? Just because we have the money. If Melo's not going to come to us, we might just have the backup of Pau Gasol, which would be fantastic.
They were saying he was looking at the Spurs, the Heat, and the Thunder.
Thunder, I heard, was the last one.
Where would he play on any of those teams?
The Thunder, he wouldn't. He can play center.
I think he would push
Would you-
Ibaka. Even on offense, they wouldn't have anybody underneath. Ibaka doesn't play underneath on offense.
And I don't think Powell is. I mean, I guess he's a better defender than Kendrick Perkins, but is Perkins?
I think it's what Kendrick Perkins has him on his defense.
I think you're giving too much credit to Kendrick Perkins.
He's got to be good at something. They wouldn't keep him at the 5 if he was just that fucking awful.
They have kept him around for so long.
What do you think? What do you think he has? A 7'5" wingspan? That diameter is where he's good at playing defense. Everything else is terrible.
I just assumed that Kendrick Perkins was kind of like Herc when he caught Mayor Royce like getting a blowjob. Like he caught Thunder's owner getting a blowjob, and it was like, we'll keep you on at center.
Yeah. Sam Presti
starting 5. We'll play some starting 5.
Do you like playing center? I mean, I guess. Were you getting a blowjob?
God damn it.
Yes, I just compared Kendrick Perkins to Herc.
And that
Watching Mayor Royce get a blowjob.
That right there is our podcast encapsulated.
All right, I think it's time to end. So, how much better does Wiggins make Cleveland, since I want to get off the topic of blowjobs in the wire?
I think if he develops any sort of a jump shot, because, I mean, let's put it this way, he's already a lockdown defender. He's already coming in as one of the best defenders in the league, which says, because they're going to put a fuck ton of muscle on him, too.
Yeah.
And he's got freakish athletic. If you just put, like 25 pounds of muscle on him, maybe?
Mm.
So what, make him like a rich man's Andre Iguodala?
Well, no.
Yeah, honestly, that would be his highest, I think, threshold would be Andre Iguodala.
Like a rich man's Iguodala.
I think
his offense
Iguodala's
is
still
better than
a great player.
Oh,
I love it.
The thing is, I think that Wiggins is fully capable of developing a jump shot. And I hate to compare him to LeBron, but if you look at what he came in as a rookie and what Wiggins is just like a raw athleticism and a high ceiling. And I'm not saying he's going to be LeBron because he's not going to, but it's almost the parody is pretty interesting.
Do you remember where they wanted to put LeBron his rookie year? Because they thought he'd end up being like a futuristic point guard.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, so
they were like, he'd be a great point guard because he was still like a scrawny motherfucker, and then like 3 years later, it's like, put him at the 5.
Put him anywhere. Who cares?
Put him anywhere.
That's all we got.
But I don't think Wiggins. I think LeBron like came in strong. Wiggins he was kind of he drove fairly well, but it's not like he overpowered anybody.
No, that's true. But I mean, yeah, that's very true. Well, I mean, but if you look at LeBron definitely has put on a shitload of weight since obviously day one to now. But
I think the best NBA ready body is Jabari, even though he's kind of fat right now. Which I don't know what their definition of NBA fat is, because I remember like freaking Eddie Curry. That was fat, you know?
He felt in the last year.
yeah, that dude had some rolls.
And Jabari Parker looks fairly cut still, but I think he's going to come in and he looks. I agree with all those scouts, you know, and that weird thing that they say NBA ready. He looked. They're not going to let him take as many shots as he did at Duke, you know.
Who else is going to take it?
Don't they still have OJ Mayo?
All right, I guess. And that
Larry Sanders?
Larry Sanders, the Greek guy that has the longest last name in existence.
Oh, Giannis, we just got his brother.
We did. I don't know his name.
It's Giannis Theopocalypse or something like that.
Oh, speaking of not being able to tell the difference in names, did you guys hear what happened to Aqib Talib this weekend?
No.
So, the Dallas Police Department, a verified Twitter account, like the Dallas Police Department Twitter, went out a statement saying they arrested Aqib Talib at a nightclub in Dallas. It was his brother.
Oh my God.
He was asleep in Denver when they released it.
Hey, how much weed has Aqib Talib already smoked in Denver?
There's a small smog cloud over just his house.
All of it. He's smoked all of it.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Prices have skyrocketed because of that dick.
The dream is dead. It's gone. To keep till he smoked it all.
He smoked it all. No, but I thought the draft went fairly how I thought it would go.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
except for Aaron Gordon going to fucking Magic. Jesus.
Yeah.
Useless motherfucker.
I wasn't gonna go that far, but
he's useless.
I second.
And they keep on saying he has the highest ceiling out of everyone picked.
What? Absolutely not.
Well,
No.
they say he's like so high energy that it's like impossible for him to like. He's got to be really bad for him to fail in the NBA, is what they're saying. Because he's got like a motor that won't quit.
What's he got? Like a Westbrook kind of motor?
Yeah.
And he's like 6'8".
Well, he's freakishly athletic. He can handle the basketball, which.
How tall is he?
He can't shoot. You know.
The funny thing about what you said, Jordan, is that he has to be really bad to not succeed in the NBA. I think he is fully capable of being really bad and not.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. But here's the thing: like, if you can defend now in the NBA, you're gonna have a role somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
And both Aaron Gordon and Wiggins, they are like really great defenders, and they're like really freakishly athletic.
Yeah.
I think the freakish athleticism was the pick for Charlotte too. Like literally, that's all they based that pick off of.
It's true.
With Noah Vonleh.
Yeah.
And speaking of Charlotte, I think it might be high time to get to the big punch in the dick of them.
Oh, don't even get into it. Us three were so happy and then so upset.
Just the highest high to the lowest of lows. Like, oh my God, he's saved from the Heat and he's playing with Kemba. Oh no, he's not.
Yeah, but let's be real here. Shabazz could step in and be the starting point guard.
Yeah, I'm the great thing is he's going to do well, but the bad thing is he's going to do well, which means the Heat are going to do well.
Well, I mean, we don't know what the fuck LeBron's doing, and that could be a whole podcast in itself. And I hate him so much. I don't even want to give him the time to have his own section of this podcast.
He deserves it.
That smug cunt.
All right.
What has he done wrong in this free agency? I know the last one was the worst thing that's ever happened, but come on now. He hasn't said a fucking word.
You know what he did? You know what he did wrong? He opted out of the contract and ruined Carmelo's time. But here's the thing: if he wants max money, you know what team has max money?
Lakers.
They got this great garden, and it's called MSG, Madison Square Garden, where we can offer him a max contract. Come on down.
That's
How
not
many other
happening.
places can offer him max money right now?
Lakers.
The Heat.
The Heat, but that means the Heat got to get rid of at least one of the, or what they were saying they have to.
They both
that
opted
Wade.
out. All three of them have opted out, so they can totally restructure everything.
Yeah, but that would mean if James wants max money, Bosch and Wade would have to take drastic pay cuts. And if I was Chris Bosch, Wade, yes, you aren't getting money anywhere else, right? I mean, we can all agree on that.
They'd have to each take $11 million a year.
But Bosch could go out and get a nice contract somewhere.
Bosch would
is
make
being
19
stupid.
on any team in the league right now.
Yeah,
That has money for it.
Any team he would want to go to, he'd get great money. If fucking Kyrie Irving just got 5 years, $90 million, Bosch should go out and get a good deal.
Who was the other person they were thinking about adding? Was it Lowry? The Heat?
Heat? Yeah.
I think their eyes are too big for their stomach at this point.
Yeah.
Like they're like
What else?
every player, and it's just like they're not going to get all these players. Like they're
No.
going to be lucky if they repackage the big three, which is they'll do that, and then they're going to do the same thing they do every fucking year, which is get veteran minimums and one or two guys that take like $1 to $5 million a year, and they're going to give it a go. That's what's going to come up with. And if LeBron wants to win more rings, I understand like staying in Miami and loyalty and all that shit, but like, you know, like I don't know.
How do you not go the Bulls? How does none of those... You know you're going to get one of them.
I think LeBron could go to the Bulls or Houston and win a championship without a problem.
If I was any of them, like, you know, Derrick Rose is nothing. I for your sake, Mike, I hope he is something because I can't even. The Knicks aren't even going to compete for the next like 12 years at this point, so I can't really even say knock the Bulls. But the Bulls, like Derrick Rose, hopefully he's like 75% of what he used to be. Joakim Noah is beyond a superstar at this point.
Yeah, he's a fucking.
If I was a big forward like Melo or LeBron, I'd want to play with Joakim Noah in a minute.
Yeah. Speaking of Aaron Gordon's fucking motor, how about Joakim Noah's motor?
It's true.
Dude is a fucking maniac. Not only that, but I doubt you guys caught any of a few Bulls games, but like towards the end of the year, he was our offense. He would go up to the free throw line and we'd feed the ball through him and distribute through. I mean, it wasn't rationally effective. He was our best offensive weapon, basically.
TNT and ESPN put on a fantastic amount of Bulls games last year.
Yeah. They were expecting big things with Derek coming back. I can't blame them.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, they had a schedule before the season, didn't they?
Speaking of Derrick Rose, I did read that he put on a private workout with Carmelo to prove to him that his knee is fine when he came to Chicago on Tuesday, which is pretty good.
That's promising for you guys.
Yeah.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Derrick Rose put on a private workout with Carmelo Anthony when he came and visited Chi-Town on Tuesday to prove to him that his knee is fine.
Damn.
Yeah, it's big doings.
Let's go to Chicago.
I fucking
Derrick Rose's comments were so stupid the other day.
I feel like those have to have come from his camp, which he has the dumbest fucking camp of any superstar I think I've ever heard.
He has the worst free agent.
Jim, Reggie Rose needs to borrow one of the muzzles you have in your saw basement right there so he can shut up.
Oh, come on.
Like, Reggie Rose just can't talk to the media anymore. Like, I'm such a dumb idiot. But, oh, God. If Melo comes to us, just imagine, like, I would just be shooting ropes everywhere to, like, a 5 of D. Rose, Butler, Melo, Buckets, and Noah. Like, that'd just be ridiculous.
Oh.
Honestly,
that would be the most fun team to watch in the NBA.
If I were Melo, number one, I wouldn't go back to the Knicks, even though I want him back more than anything.
Yeah.
But I'll wait till 2015 when we spend too much money on LaMarcus Aldridge, like we'll most likely do. But
Kevin Durant will be available.
Come on, man. What happened to Kevin Durant?
I've given up that dream. I've assumed we're going to get like Rondo and LaMarcus Aldridge.
That would still be a pretty fucking fun team if you surround him with shooters.
Yeah, Cleanthony early, baby. Put him in the lineup.
Oh, yeah. How do you feel about that?
I am so happy.
Oh,
do you know they were talking about him going like number 12?
He sat at the top of the Billis' best available board for like 2 hours.
That's brutal.
I couldn't imagine like what's it? I'm forgetting the fucking I'm trying to think of their GM, but I couldn't imagine Phil Jackson sitting there and being like, seriously? Like, he's still here? You mean the guy who tore through the tournament? Like, tore through the...
I'm just laughing thinking of, like, their war room, and they've got, like, this peon standing there with the eraser, like, standing next to the whiteboard, like, he's going to be gone soon, just be there. He's just, like, waiting to erase Clay Anthony off the top of their list, and he just isn't gone yet.
Well, they said like he'd be a great pick for Toronto, and then they go and take the Brazilian Kevin Durant. Who's 2 years from being 2 years away.
Damn
it. It still is mind-boggling, like the consistency of the ineptitude of the Toronto Raptors. It's just ridiculous.
It's funny. Me and one of my oldest Jim, you've never met him. Like he's lived in Chicago his whole life, but I used to go to camp with him and James together.
Uh-huh.
But we were like one of my big like camp memories from when I was a kid was that 2003 draft. And there was one guy taken in the late rounds, like in the 20s, like right around the same time as Bruce Cabalco. And his name was Zargo Shabarkaba. And that's all I could think of was fucking Zarko Shabarkaba. Like I remember me and my buddies just fucking dying because as soon as Bruce Cabalco was drafted, I got a fucking message on my phone that was like, highlights of Zarko Shabarkaba.
Was he one of those Eastern European centers who's like 7'5" but can't move at all?
By the way, he does have a YouTube highlight. He threw down one big dunk over Richard Jefferson. I'll send you the video when I'm done.
Dude, you gotta send me that too.
We'll have to put it up on the Facebook.
I just remember, and I think it was the Nuggets. Zarko Shabarkaba. Zarko Shabarkaba.
Jordan, send me the YouTube. I'll put it up on the Facebook page.
What kind of made-up fucking name is that?
And Zarko with the flush. Where's Albert doing the game?
Oh, God.
He is on fire.
But they were like, he could be the Brazilian Kevin Durant. And then I'm trying to think of all the Brazilian players. I'm like, well, Nene's like lazy. And Thiago Splitter is white, but somehow Brazilian. I'm like...
I didn't even know Thiago Splitter was Brazilian.
Yeah. It's funny though, because like you almost think that since Toronto is from Canada, they're just inclined to take all of the foreign players. Last draft was horseshit too, and they took like 7 Slovakians. Like it was ridiculous.
Can we say that the 76ers by far had the worst draft on the planet?
Oh my God! Oh my God! Why?
They tanked that whole way to have that bad of a draft?
Why? And then what are they going to do? Throw out Nerlens Noel this year and let Embiid sit the whole year and be like, all right, we're playing for these guys like this draft next year too. Eventually,
but they have to. Embiid's not going to play this year, is he?
No, fuck
I don't think so.
Fuck that. They're going to hold him out the whole year like Noel. Like I feel like Noel probably could have played a couple games this year, but they're like, no, you're sitting. Like because clearly they didn't have much of an investment in him.
And then they got the best European player, who's actually supposed to be really good, but he can't play in the NBA for 2 years because he signed like a contract with some country.
Yeah, well, it's
2 years away.
It's going to be the same kind of shit that I mean, the Bulls have had this guy Nikola Mirotic for it feels like 8 years, but it's probably been like 3. But he's this guy who's been playing for Real for like X amount of years, and like, oh man, he's great. The Bulls are real high on him. And then, like, 2 years ago, he signed, like, a re-up contract with Real. And, like, we're never going to see this guy. Apparently, he might come over this year. But I think that's the same exact thing they said last year. So he's probably just going to remain the rights to the Bulls until he can't anymore. And then he'll just get redrafted and probably just play another team. Like
and then with the swing play of the fucking year, not only does they do the Magic... If Aaron Gordon's good, he's probably not going to be whatever. Everyone thinks it's a great draft pick for them, but
I'm with you on that one, Jordan.
But they traded Sark, they took Sark, and then they got their next franchise point guard with Elfrid Payton. You know,
oh my God, what a fucking play right there!
Right?
First of all, how dumb can the 76ers be? They should have dumped Carter Williams because he's an awful fucking player.
Awful.
And taking that it kept that point guard, so they would have Embiid, that point guard, and Noel. Like that's not a bad little nut. And then you get a couple wing players and you see what happens. But like,
and take that nut and run with that nut. Take a young team, be like, they're young, we'll let them grow together. Nah. What we're gonna do is we're gonna keep Michael Carter Williams, who had one of the worst shooting percentages in the league. He only got Rookie of the Year because he had a triple-double in the beginning of the year, and we're gonna take one of the best prospects, and they said probably one of the most underrated prospects, and we're going to shoot him Orlando. Boom!
So now he can play side-to-side with Victor Oladipo and make a devastating backcourt for the future.
Devastating! Putting Oladipo at where he should have been the whole time.
Yeah.
And you got Elfrid Payton, who can actually pass the basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Not talking about Jameer Nelson and his midget ass running around the court.
Honestly, The Magic are going to struggle to win like 30, 35 games next year, but god damn it, they're going to be exciting.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to get another lottery pick, and you know what? That next lottery pick will probably be that lottery pick they need.
Yeah, they're going to lock in a 3 and then just make a run for the playoffs.
You think they're going to get their next Shaq or Dwight Howard in the next draft?
I don't think they're going for center. I think they need a 3. They need a swingman. That's what they're missing right now.
Well, they got Harkless and they got what's his face, Tobias Harris.
What's that guy? What's that center they have right now? Like
the fucking European or the Russian or whatever.
It's like Virotic. I mean, that guy he had not a great year last year, but the year before he like busted on the scene. He was the guy they stole from Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
You know
mean,
what backcourt I am excited to watch, though?
Is it Ty Lawson and Aaron Aflalo?
It is.
oh god, he already did that. It's like watching like.
Oh, come on, you can't tell me that's not an exciting backcourt.
By the way, poor Aaron Aflalo. Like he poured his heart out in Denver. Was like, I'm playing a big contract. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Lo and behold, a year later, he gets traded back.
Hey, you know what? Pretty good from a boy from Compton, you know.
Absolutely. However, I was kind of kicking myself because I think they got Aflalo for like 2 second-round picks.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Chicago
They got him for as much
couldn't
as
have done
Jason Kidd got.
that? Chicago couldn't have done that. They couldn't have given them as 2 second-round picks and gotten fucking Aaron Aflalo. Come on, guys.
Who'd you say? Who'd you say?
Chicago shouldn't have made it. Aflalo got traded for essentially 2 second-round picks. Like,
How about,
what's
the
his name?
fucking 76ers? They had 5 second-round picks.
well, I'm just saying, like, the Bulls could have made that play for 2 second-round picks and landed fucking Aflalo on our squad.
By the way, where did Russ Smith go? I'm glad he didn't go in the first round. I'm
He
glad
didn't
he
get drafted.
didn't even almost
I
get
don't think he
drafted.
got drafted. I don't think him
No,
or
he didn't.
Montrezl Harrell got drafted.
I think he did.
Russ was the first team All-American not to get drafted in something like 8 years.
Good.
And it was I think it might have been the 2003 draft was the last time that happened.
Did the other big fucker from Louisville get
I
drafted?
don't think Montrezl Harrell did either. No.
Good.
I don't
Patrick
believe-
Young didn't either, though, did he? From
Nah,
Florida?
Yeah, but Patrick Young will get signed somewhere.
Yeah, he'll probably grow in the D League.
If not, man, these guys find so much fucking love in Europe.
Oh, yeah.
You just know Russ Smith is going to make an absolute killing in Europe.
Oh, and because I pointlessly follow the Hornets on Twitter, because, there's no reason for it. I don't know why I do, but
Why?
I don't know. It's just there, and I'm not going to hit unfollow. It's a lot of
Of all the random fucking teams.
I want to see some Kemba stuff. I don't know.
I think now might be a good time to tell you guys I follow the Tulsa 66ers on.
So they were listing the free agents they had practicing for them for their summer league. And guess who was in the top of their list for the summer league? Who's going to be coached by Patrick Ewing, by the way?
Is it?
Mr. Jerome Dyson.
Oh, Jerome!
Jesus.
Welcome back to the big leagues, Jerome.
Damn, Stanley's still kicking around the D League, I think, too.
I think he is too. Jerome actually had a spell with the Wizards. I think it might have been last year. He came
No,
in.
wasn't that AJ Price?
No,
It
well,
depends
Dyson
on
too.
the
But Dyson was rolling around the Wizards for a couple weeks. He signed like a series of 10-day contracts.
By the way, at this point, how do you not put all UConn basketball team together from the NBA?
Right?
At this point, you know what? Because I was thinking, because Jeff Adrian's on the Hornets right now, right? No?
He was.
No, he's on the Bucks now.
I don't know if he's free agent or not, but he was.
No, he's on the Bucks.
Is he on the Bucks?
Oh, yeah, he got traded for Gary Neal. He was
Yeah,
back
he's on the Bucks.
for Gary Neal.
I was just
He's
thinking,
getting 25 minutes a game on the Bucks.
Because I think the whole UConn fan base wanted Shabazz kicking it out to Kemba. Everyone wanted it.
Anything else in the world.
That backcourt would have been
Right?
so much fun
and,
to watch.
and it's
Oh
just
my
like,
God.
I was sitting there watching the draft and thinking about that. Put an all UConn team together. You could throw a whole team together if you had to.
Oh, absolutely. And I think I sent you guys in the group the text. Imagine just the absolute fits that Shabazz and Kemba would cause backcourts. They would just piss them off to no avail.
Dude, all those fucking stutter steps. I think someone would eventually put a bullet in their head.
Yeah, just the unreal amount of court slaps that would happen after a huge defensive play, and the backpedal on defense, and you slap the court. It'd be 3 times every game, and I would lose my mind.
Yeah, there was a game where I remember it was Heat Bobcats, and I remember it's one of the only times I've ever seen that stutter step not work, but it had worked the whole game against them. Someone switched off when LeBron had to guard Kemba, and in the beginning, Kemba completely stutter step LeBron, and he had no clue. The second one, LeBron knew where that stutter step was coming and sent that ball, I think, into the fourth row.
Speaking of UConn players and most recently of the Magic, I believe Ben Gordon signed like a 2 or 3 year, $8 million with the Magic.
Did he?
No, really.
Which makes the Magic quite a bit more. I might try and follow the Magic a little bit this year.
What's a Mecca
It could be a
doing
pretty
right
fun. A Mecca is where
Is it Mecca's back that bad?
he was on the Wizards, and I think he got traded to the Suns for Gortat, and I don't know where he went after that.
Hey, Gortat got a fuck ton.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Gargamel.
Or something like that?
Have you guys ever noticed how much Marcin Gortat looks like Gargamel from the Smurfs? It's uncanny.
Gortat's probably one of the top centers in the league right now, by the way.
He did so well last year.
He killed us.
He's a tough motherfucker.
He absolutely eviscerated the Bulls in the playoffs. I mean, it wasn't our best team, but he and Nene like killed us. Like we couldn't do anything about it.
By the way, I think the Suns got the steal of the draft. By the way,
Absolutely.
Holy God, he's
Who?
gonna. He's a terrible defender, and I don't think he's gonna have a problem with other great defenders.
No, dude can fucking get buckets. His name is JJ.
Oh, not TJ Warren.
DJ
Warren. Yeah. Out of control. I actually remember when looking at initial mock drafts, like you know the 2.0s and 3.0s, like a month or so before, it said the Bulls were probably gonna make a play for him. I was pumped, absolutely pumped, because I mean we needed a guy that could get buckets, but I mean we got Doug.
Well, you got the other.
Yeah,
buckets.
we got Mr. Buckets, but like this was before it was like.
Don't call him Mr. Buckets.
His name is Mr. Buckets. Anyway,
don't give him a formal name.
Like John F. Football.
Yeah, Mr. John Q.
But I by the way, the Suns GM, I don't know the name off the top of my head. That man deserves and Jeff Hornacek did a great job. They got a great coach with Jeff Hornacek. I don't know who their GM is, but the GM's been killing it.
Oh yeah, that whole
killing it.
I felt so bad that they didn't get in the playoffs. Could you imagine how exciting of a throwback series it would have been if it was Spurs Suns in the first round of the playoffs this year? The 1-8.
Dragic is a superstar. Bledsoe,
He's
who was
great.
sitting behind Chris Paul. Bledsoe, who was sitting behind Chris Paul, has turned also into he's turned into a great player. I'm not by no means a superstar. Dragic is unbelievable. Morris twins to turn into actually what he was supposed to turn into.
Well, I think it's mostly Markeith. Markeith has become like a solid 6-man. Like he's a great 6-man right now.
And that other fucking why can't I think of his name? The other Plumlee.
Yep. Is it Miles?
Yeah, and now Miles is Miles he's the Nets. It's Mason.
No, I think it's there's too many Plumlees. First of all.
Well, there's still Plumlee in college basketball right now, you know.
Yeah, and they have Robin Lopez too, who turned into a.
Yeah, I just no, they don't.
They did. I'm pretty sure
he's on Portland.
Yeah, he's on Portland.
Oh, my bad. They had him last year then.
But yeah, you had TJ Warren, the ACC Player of the Year, who's dropping like 27 a game. Like, just stick him out there, you know? Like, just have him fucking shoot. You know?
Yeah.
So you think the Suns could become another kind of the Warriors? Just will outgun you every game. We'll play no defense, just outgun you.
They could be the reincarnation of the 09 Warriors. If oh shit, it's not Beverly. Who's Bledsoe? If Eric Bledsoe gains Baron Davis level swag, then they will be the 09 Warriors.
I was trying to think of, because me and Jim were talking about it a little today. So the Warriors got Livingston, right?
Which, by the way, what a pickup for that price.
Right.
Yeah, but say they get rid of Klay Thompson to get Kevin Love. Iggy's still there, right? Iggy didn't opt or anything?
No, Iggy's in like the second year of like whatever max deal or close to max.
And they still have Harrison Barnes.
Phenomenal. Which Harrison is a logical 2 at this point. If they get rid of
and they still have Bogut, right?
yeah, oh yeah.
So how does that lineup go? I mean, I know Livingston's going to come off the bench, but imagine they most likely get rid of Clay and they make a major play for Kevin Love to bring him back to California. What's that starting lineup? You got to move Curry to the 2, and you got to start Livingston at that point, right?
I think their most devastating lineup would be like a Curry, Livingston, Barnes, Iguodala, and Love. I mean, it wouldn't play much defense, but goddamn,
I don't think
they have so many players.
But they they can't not start Bogut at center.
Yeah, well, I mean, with his
What about Bogut, Love, Iggy at the 3, Curry at the 1, and then Livingston at the 2?
I think Livingston has to be your 6th man coming off the bench. I think they got to go Curry, Barnes, Iggy, Love, and Bogut.
Yeah,
that's so filthy.
I think that but it's. I feel like at this point Livingston, even though he's like destined to get hurt again, and I hope he doesn't, because I thought he's actually one of the more exciting players to see in the league with his height and the way he moves.
Well, yeah, when he's fielding it, he's really fun to watch.
By the way, did you hear? I mean, Bleacher Report, which could be at this point the most like unreliable source of anything when it comes to notifications, because Lionel Hollins signed today. By the way, great coach, I think, for the Nets.
Phenomenal pickup for them.
How he got fired from the Grizzlies to begin with is beyond me, but
outrageous.
But they were like Kevin Ollie being asked about the Nets job. I was like, guys, come on. He's not going, and he just signed a deal. Like,
would you stop?
Would you stop with this Kevin Ollie's immediately going to the NBA bullshit?
Alrighty. Well, let's do some rough goes here. Since I know none of you thought of it beforehand. Let's start off with
as tradition, I'm woefully underprepared.
Yes. I'll start off with the U.S. defense.
Ugh.
What a horrifyingly rough goal. If Tim Howard didn't play one of the greatest games at goal I've ever could comprehend, that game would have been like 15-2.
It's so true.
Yeah, I'm
actually set the record for saves.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on the same strain as Jim there. I'm gonna go with I forget the striker's name, the dude they put on, wide open goal, and he just shanked it.
Oh, Wondolowski.
And like right in extra time.
Yeah, Chris Wondolowski.
Yeah, Wondolowski. I was gonna say Wanda something, but I didn't want to fuck it up. Yeah, but that guy just, so help him, he must be the sickest man in America.
I'm gonna go a little different. I'm actually gonna go to the New York Yankees' latest play, which has been, as a Yankees fan, unwatchable.
Horrible. Horrifying.
And then the second one I'm going to go with is the 76ers and their picking of that terrible, that to tank your whole year and then that's the draft you come away with is just, I don't know if embarrassing is the right word.
It's
comical?
It's like, it's disappointing almost.
It's almost disappointing because you want to be like...
Decent idea of, like, everyone felt like Sam Hinkie kind of knew what he was doing, and then he just looked so inept after this.
Well, and then Embiid fell to them, and they fucking shit their pants, and they had no idea what to do anymore.
Well, and here's the thing: you can't. If Embiid turns out to be where he's supposed to be, which I don't think he's going to be the next Olajuwon, like they were saying before his injury.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping to Christ that he eventually does get healthy and plays at a consistent.
Well, you like to see young players get better because Greg Oden was extremely sad.
Yeah,
you can't help but feel sad for Greg Oden. Brandon Roy is sad as shit, and I love Brandon Roy.
You hope he becomes like a David Robinson.
What?
Maybe not Hakeem, but like David Robinson.
Yeah, like you'd like to see him get better, but then shit in the bed and sending Peyton to the fucking Orlando for a guy that can't play for 2 years. It's just like you tanked that hard to not even have a guy who could play for you next year? Like,
terrible.
It's brutal. It's brutal.
It is brutal. I gotta go. Actually, I have a second one now that I thought about it a little bit. I gotta go also with Nick Stauskas. Big fan of Nick Stauskas. He's on the Kings. I'm sorry.
Poor guy.
Poor fucking guy. Poor Nick. He's on the Kings. His career is over.
Fredette too.
Eh.
Okie dokie, boys. I'm gonna end it.
All right, boys.